Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us a misfit. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the tidbit. Oh shit, didn't nobody come to see you old, it's some focus. Shoot 100 shots, no reloaded. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coding. Lick this nigga, spit this pippin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, with my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Say hi, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Copy, cooking, whipping, shipping, till you count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving fast niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hating, but they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it bunny, don't speak. Pour up, I need some more, nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach, I'm true geek. Walked in by myself, but left with 2 freaks. Fool me, nothing in they mouth and on they booty. Austin Power swag, yeah, baby, this is groovy. You can call me Money Boy, or you can call me Nudie. Hood niggas, churches, chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down, 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches just some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Ron Island cause I like my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Call me Ron Island cause I love my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. I never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit.
So cold, but I'm so hot.
Dope boys
I'm up in the trap, I'm dope boy.
with them knives.
Dope boy now.
The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Down 8 gram, headed straight to the block. Pirates, this water water till it's hot. Listen double up, turn a little to a lot. Right hand on the cell phone, taking orders. Left hand 360, motor to a lot. Blue hollow tips, got switches on the dot. State game, true sippers can't be stopped. Laughing at you haters while I'm thumbing through the paper. Say it's lonely at the bottom, won't you meet me at the top? The nigga ain't shit, yeah, I get that a lot. Won't be deterred and I won't be stopped. Shaq Diesel, number 1, I post up on the block. 24/7 cause the hustle don't stop. 31 flavor, take an order like a waiter. I be selling more gas than a local truck stop. 1,200 strong for a pound to the top. Got me shining, I'm a star. Ask about me, I am legend. They gon' tell you who we are. Fuck these niggas, fuck these bitches. Get money, all I know. No love for these bitches. Never saving these hoes. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not.
When I'm thinking about the cash, jet, gon' get some knots, gang, we at the spot. If we ever was short, then it's back to the block, you probably get shot. Every day's a sudden change, we getting money, that's one thing, it's never gon' stop. Real dope boys do what it takes, playing high stakes, living to die. Do your time, keep it quiet, no matter who you are, don't get what you got. Stack it up, that's the bond to stay fresh. Oh, they think that you're not. Take a roll with a hoe, they gon' let you go. Somebody's gonna say you ain't hot. Just invest in yourself, don't worry about nobody else. There ain't no handout. If you say the same, put it on the chain. Let them see you ain't tied down. Got a couple rings, did a lot of things. I ain't really gon' talk about it. Give me a trade, get your bitch to go. She gon' show up and show out. So don't ask me what a dope at, cause you already around.
The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Whole team shining, we stars, big dipper. Get a lot of haystack gang in the sip. Niggas ain't real, nigga. Nope. You gotta feel me, nigga. Yep. Smile in my face behind my back, you tryna kill me, nigga. Damn. You say you got beef, then what you wanna do? What? You screaming, fuck me, now nigga, fuck you. Bitch. You ain't hard at me. Nope. Couple kick dough, couple robbery. Nigga get extorted, get aborted, he don't pay the fee. Posted in the north, got the 2 to 4 recipe. I be cooking chicken bit, not talking rotisserie. I got all my hater mad, I know that they sick of me. Who the fuck he think he is, motherfucker MB3? I honestly pay him no attention. They up under me. Haters call me Visa cause I'm everywhere they wanna be. Ladies, man, catch me with more honeys than a bumblebee. Say she got a husband, but she always wanna suck the D. State gang, true sipper, who these niggas wanna be? I've been getting money since a younger. I've been pushing peace, stay strapped. Gotta watch your back when you're in the streets. Friends turn to foes, never know who your enemy. I was in Detroit, he ain't keep the same energy. West side down the slide, I don't think he feeling me. I was on some demon time, nigga talking about killing me. They no business, let's see all that shit that you gon' do to me. Come outside, why you scared? I thought that you been a G. We don't bluff, we pulling up, we different down in Tennessee. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white square, been serving them on the same block. Timepiece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white square, been serving them on the same block. Timepiece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. I got an old school bitch, call her Aretha. Shawty so fine, shawty she a keeper. Smoke that reefer, preferred by the quarter. I do this for my kids, my sons and my daughter. Get treated like a king. Hoes call me sire. One look like Lotto, the other look like Maya. My plug, he ain't playing, he only talking the numbers. I cop it, whip it, and ship it. My money coming in bundles. Different flavors of kush, orange, grape, and apple. If a nigga trap me, it's gonna be a disaster. Dope money and bitches, pimp robbers and snitches. It's all in my hood. My homies say that I'm gifted, I really can't complain. Shit starting to change, a product of my environment. Tell me who can I blame? Neck like a glacier, bought my shawty a bracelet. Money go get her, that's why these niggas be hating. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Timepiece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Timepiece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Timepiece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Timepiece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Whole team shining, we stars, big dipper. Get a lot of haystack gang in the sip. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How y'all doing? I am shocked because last night Pettigoat beat MoneyBoy Trey in the lab that I did. I don't know why I'm shocked though, because I took out the algorithm on my main page when I went down for them 5 days. I need y'all's help this evening. I'm debating on whether to, because I just seen Raina's upload and I need to decide whether to do ASAP Rocky trial, which started yesterday. He on trial for shooting his homeboy in the hand. And then they gave him a sweet deal to where he could have, he had to admit that he did it, do some community service, and he had to do like 5 months in jail. He in California where this happened. Y'all know gun laws are strict. He turned it down. They started court yesterday. It was like 5 hours to open the day. But yeah, I need to decide whether to do that tonight or whatever happened with Chubbs and Triple-Back and them. The way Raina described it, it was good, but y'all know them people be taking their lives down. So that may happen. That may not happen. Morning, Leah. Morning. I can't see that name. K. Michelle. And good morning, E. Brooks. Well, y'all know Tiffany had her interview, and so the trustees, they decided to call in. Stephanie called in. Belcher called in. I don't know if anybody else called in, but I think I'm hearing people, even though this wasn't a formal interview, people are saying that he held it down better than the woman, which he had. I don't know if he knew they were calling in or what. I don't know. Check your toy box. She made me forget what I was saying. Oh, they called in. So it wasn't anything expected. Tiffany's was different because they knew she was coming in the studio to sit down. There were two different things. Let's see here now. Tiffany is what is this? Flip Shop Adrian Gigi's World. Okay, Gigi, bring your ass in the chat and drop it, Gigi. Hold on, let me text her. Hold on. Everybody text me as soon as I hit the live button. Why do I hear myself? Come in the chat and drop it. But these ops just don't have shit else to do. As they see us continue to go on with our lives and content, they just continue to come out and be human nets. They just irritating as fuck. All right, y'all, let's go.
Back everybody to the David Seaton show. We are having, look, I'm really excited about this particular segment. We wanted to give an update on what is going on in the city, the village of Dolton. We've got some breaking news. I've got joining us on the live line, we have Trustee Kiana Belcher, who is joining us. Trustee Belcher, thank you for joining us on the David Seaton show.
Thank you for having me.
No, not at all. So kind of give us an update. There's been so much drama going on even now between the trustees and Mayor Henyard, and people are not showing up to, she's accusing trustees of not showing up to meetings, so they can't have a quorum. So she's placing the blame squarely on the trustees and accusing the trustees of standing in the way of the village of Dolton getting their business done. What's your position on what's going on in the village of Dolton?
First, David, I'd like to say thank you. What is happening is people are getting it first confused.
It's going to be 50 degrees in Memphis today. I expect to see a lot of booty shorts today.
The issue that she is having with the township trustees is not them not coming to meetings. That's not the village of Dolton trustees.
Okay.
So there's two separate entities with one common problem, which is her. And it's sad because Thornton Township, which consists of 17 municipalities, which Dolton is included in one of those 17 municipalities, there's a lot of chaos. And there's trouble, financial troubles, FBI Subpoenas have come out, have been issued, and a lot of mismanagement of government at this point. It's been 3.5 years, and anybody that has been following Dolton at first will see that there have been 4 and 5 because we lost one during the re-election cycle. 5 trustees that have been working diligently against this chaos.
So let me ask
and
you.
I say, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's a problem because you're just going in and out, and so it's a little bit of a delay. So let me ask you this: Tiffany Henyard is saying that all of the financial malfeasance, all of the mismanagement, she's saying, hey, I'm not even in control of any of that. That's the trustees who are responsible for everything that's going on as far as the budget being upside down. And when she came in, when she got elected as mayor, the village of Dolton had a surplus of something like $2.3 to $3 million. Now you have a deficit of 5. So, while she's been mayor, we've seen the village go upside down about $6 to $7 million, but she's blaming that on the trustees. Go ahead and tell our listeners from your perspective as a trustee, who's really responsible for the mismanagement that's going on in the village?
The mayor and the mayor's administration. The trustees are the legislative branch, and they also oversee the finances. And when I say oversee it, yes, we are the people that approve a budget, but those budgets are line item by the department heads, and we go through what's coming in, what's going out. We got to a point where we were not receiving any financials, and if you even follow the Lori Lightfoot, where the spending of money of the administration, who's hired by the mayor because she has not been following any ordinances, those are spending of the administration. The trustees don't have a credit card. The trustees don't go out and enter into any contracts with anyone. So when that lie is being told, because that's what it is, it's a blatant lie. When that lie is being told, there's always, both sides. The trustees don't have any power to say, hey, I want you to come and do X, Y, Z, and I'm going to just get the invoice and send it. It doesn't work like that. So the mismanagement of funds throughout the course of these almost 4 years, where this balance has been from the $5 million surplus to the $3 million over that span of time, almost $9 million. If you look at it, because it's all that you spent and then you went into the hole. So,
but you just said something, Trustee Belcher. You just said something really, really important. You said that the trustees, you are the legislative branch, and that the mayor is the executive branch. You said that the legislative branch, you appropriate the money, but when the checks actually have to be written, those checks and those payments are coming out of the executive branch. So that is under the control, direct control, and sole control of the mayor. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct.
So it begs the question. For those of you out there who are listening, I want you to just listen to what the trustee just said. The trustees are like Congress, and the mayor is the executive. So that's like the president. So the trustees, as the legislative branch, they go and they pass a budget and say, hey, the village, we're going to approve the village to spend X amount of dollars. But when the checks are actually written, the checks are not written by the trustees. That is under control of the executive branch. So if you're looking at money that's being spent, and let me just put a finer point on it, Trustee Belcher. The other issue, because I haven't read Lori Lightfoot's report, but I do know this from the reporting over the years, that a lot of what's happening is that when the trustees meet, you're getting a lot of invoices for expenses that you never approved. Again, that can only be executed by the mayor. Is that correct?
Absolutely. That is absolutely. I had an example, and I'll just give one example because there's so many, where one of the vendors contacted us and said that she approved a $2.8 million, she got an estimate for $2.8 million to cut trees. And he proceeded to start cutting these trees with $2.8 million estimate when it was only $400,000 budgeted in the budget for tree cutting. So those are the type.
Wait. I want you to. I have to have you repeat that because I want people to hear that. You're saying that the trustees of the Village of Dolton appropriated in their budget $400,000 for tree trimming services, but when you actually got the invoice that the mayor executed, you got an invoice for $2.8 million.
Well, we received the copy of the estimate after we started getting all of these invoices, which started way exceeding $400,000. So we start taking it off of the warrant list, which is something, we get the list for approval. So he didn't make it to the $2.8 million, of course, because we didn't have that type of funds, but he had proceeded to start working under the assumption that he would be getting $2.8 million for all his tree trimming.
Hey, I'll tell you this, Trustee Belcher. If you give me an invoice for $2.8 million for tree trimming, guess what? I'll start tomorrow, a tree trimming service. How many people? What's the approximate the population of Dolton?
About 21,360, I believe.
So just to break that down, 2.8 million divided by $21,360. She's asking every resident to pay approximately $131 to get. It's not even that $2.8 million worth of trees in Dolton. But hold on. So I'm going to take our first break. Everybody, don't go anywhere. You're listening to the David Seaton Show. We've got some more breaking news that happened today, and we've got some other guests.
A conspiracy document King's contemporary coup, Amazon fire.
It's all year round.
On the Dan Ryan and the local lanes, outbound at 40 the Bishop Ford. I'm Candace McCollum.
1690 W.
Kita, I know I told you ladies, some Brian McKnight. we've got Kiana, Trustee Kiana Belcher on the line. I want to pick up Dr. Nikita. I know I told you ladies I was going to do this in a different order. But let me pick up Dr. Nikita first. Dr. Nikita, thank you for joining us today. You have an update on some news that just broke about Mayor Henyard.
Hey, David, how are you?
I am well, thank you, and welcome back to the show.
Oh, yeah, no, wonderful. It's always a pleasure. You're absolutely one of the best. So today, Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard is facing one charge of criminal contempt due to the fact that she was trying to shake down a business owner in Dolton, and she refused to give them their business license and their liquor license. So today, after actually a year, almost a year, because it was since May of 2024, she's been refusing to give them the necessary paperwork to open after they spent over $6 million. Say that last part about the $6 million. They spent $6 million to date to build this building, put it together, a restaurant, a multi-level restaurant, Black-owned steakhouse.
Yes.
It was absolutely beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. And they've been fighting Ms. Henyard for almost a year to get their proper licensing just to open. And guess what? Today, the judge saw it their way, and they found Henyard in criminal contempt at court today.
Okay,
so what does that mean? What's going to be the ramifications?
I do have an update on that. Keith Freeman somehow popped his ass up in court, and he had the license for the building or for the business that she needed to sign it for, and she signed it on the spot. So I don't think she's not going to jail. I don't think she did. That's the only remedy they really could do is put her in jail for contempt of court. Other than that, they can't fine her or no shit like that. They don't have the power. It's a civil case. They can make her pay court costs and shit of that nature. But yeah, that's the update. Keith Freeman showed his ass up at court, with the actual business license. Because the first time she went in there, she was told you got to have the thing signed. She said, all right, she left. She didn't do it. The judge called her ass back in there like, bitch, didn't I tell you? And she was like, all right. But before she could leave again and disobey him, Keith Freeman was like, yeah. And the judge told her to sign it right there. She did. So they have their license.
Ramifications of that judicial finding.
Well, they got their license. They made her sign them on the spot. The judge made her sign them on the spot. But her attorney has 14 days to file an appearance to try to, say, hey, why shouldn't they put her in jail, or why shouldn't they fine her, or whatever. So that's where we at.
So that's my question: is that one of the ramifications that Mayor Hinyard one of the sanctions might be jail time?
Not likely. Highly unlikely.
Yeah, one of them sanctions might be jail time. So I actually have Ms. Kamara. Yeah. So yeah, you'll be able to talk to her as well.
Right. We've got Tiffany on the line, and she's the owner of that establishment you were just talking about. Thanks for joining us, Tiffany.
Another Tiffany.
Hi, David. How are you? Thanks for having me.
No, we appreciate it. Tell our listeners, what feelings of vindication did you have when you had the judge force the mayor to finally sign off on you getting your permit to your business permit?
Like Dr. Nikita said, this has been ongoing, even in the court systems. Like
the only way you have to win is if everybody that's saying they don't like her is lying and they go out and vote for her. That's the only way she'll win. They just lying in front of the public so they won't get roasted.
To hold her accountable. And this morning, she finally was held accountable because her plan was to come into court again and postpone it as long as possible. This is the third court date in a week and a half that we've come trying to get the license signed. Every time she says she would sign it, she comes back with something else. You have to sign it before 5 o'clock. It never gets done. It never gets sent. And then we're back in court again. Finally, the judge saw her way and made her sign it.
It's gonna be gone.
And I'm hoping that I didn't feel like dropping a link.
I told her to drop.
So Tiffany,
I don't know what.
Pardon me, Tiffany. Dr. Nikita just said, whom are you partnered around this particular business?
This me and my husband.
Okay, and she said that Dr. Nikita just said that you've invested up to $6 million.
Actually, it's over $6 million. So this all started. We already have a business in Dolton, and our plan was to build a new business here where Old Animal Hospital has been vacant for years, and nothing in the south suburbs. We don't have anything to go to, no restaurant, no community place where we can feel safe and have a good time. If the only place where we have to go to is downtown, it's nowhere in the south suburbs, it's nowhere in Indiana. So that was our vision in this. This community needs this. People ask me, well, why would you come to Dolton? Well, why not Dolton? Why not to our own, community?
Well, let me give you the opportunity. No, absolutely, and I applaud and I commend you and your husband because
your answer should have been motherfucker because I want to. That's what your answer should have been.
Speaking as a business owner, when you're taking on millions of dollars of risk to open up a business, you're putting your own future. Are you and your husband? Michael, do you have children?
Who knows?
We do.
So you've got small children at home, and you're putting it out. You're putting it all on the line to build a
small children. They're all adults, but they have the grandkids. I have my parents. I take care of. It's still you're putting my livelihood in jeopardy.
Now let me give you an opportunity to respond to what Dr. Nikita just said, because she used a very specific word. She said that over the last year that the mayor was trying to shake you down. I want to give you the opportunity to actually respond to that and clarify that.
Well, I don't want to be specific here because everything is still
right. I understand. Say what you sure.
But I will say once we stopped donating, once all that happened, everything stopped. The communication stopped because we didn't just donate to her; we donated to both sides.
Okay.
We tried our best to stay out of the political eye.
Okay.
Because with business owners, that's it.
Okay.
The only reason why.
Actually, if you're trying to stay out of the political eye, you don't donate to either campaign. That's how you stay out of it. When you send money to a specific campaign, it signals support. I financially support you. I'm on your side. If you sent it to both sides, then you, in essence, said, hey, I'm sending it to both sides. I support both of y'all financially because I don't know who's going to win the election, and I just want my license. Morning, Gigi.
Hey, y'all. Wait a minute, I'm trying to get my headphones together.
Old people problems early in the morning.
You better shut up. I hear you.
I know.
Damn. Hold on, y'all.
Dan and that. We holding, Gigi. We holding. You better have something good to say after all this holding. You better shut it down. Give us your hot take.
Hola. Can you hear me? Okay, hey, what y'all talking about? I don't even know what's going on. What y'all talking about?
The mayor was on this radio station that this dude sitting there. She was on there 2 days, 2 or 3. Well, no, she was on there about 4 days ago. And for some odd reason, the trustees and people called in to this particular show. And so it's a lady who was suing her because they didn't get their business license, and she finally got the business license yesterday, and she called into the show and she talking about her experience with the mayor.
Oh,
So
I thought y'all was
you
talking
don't
about
have any
them.
hot takes.
No, I don't. I thought y'all was talking
You
about
thought
them
we were
going
talking
to the
about what?
school. ICE going to the schools in Chicago. But they went to a high school around the corner from me yesterday.
I heard they said ICE cutting up everywhere. They need to.
I live in a
They
Mexican neighborhood.
need to.
All my neighbors are Mexican and a couple of white people, and I'm surprised they ain't scared because there's a lot of them.
Only illegals are scared. Only illegals.
Well, I don't know. I ain't been seeing them, but it's been so cold. How about it was 35 degrees this morning?
In Florida? Well, yeah, it was funny seeing snow in Baton Rouge at LSU Stadium. That was funny.
Well, you know, in Pensacola, Gainesville, they got snow. It was so cold here. I thought because it started raining, it was drizzling. I was like, this got to be sleet because it's too cold. It was like 37 degrees and it was raining. It was drizzling, and the streets was slick. So I don't know. It's crazy to me. And the beach looks so crazy in Gainesville because it's full. The whole where the sand is nothing but snow.
This is white. Yep.
Yep.
It's once in a lifetime pictures. You got to take pictures of these things and capture them once in a lifetime. Just like at LSU. They ain't never, that stadium been there 100 years. It ain't never seen snow.
The last time it snowed here was 38 years ago.
Was it like that?
I don't know.
You was a young tender 38 years ago.
Don't play with me. You know what?
I was 3. I'm just saying 38 years ago, I was 3. So I could just imagine you was a young tender. You were probably about 26, 27, cutting up.
My son is 37. So I was 18.
A young tender.
I was bad. That's when I was living in Dixie Homes.
Oh yeah, you was cutting up.
I missed that place. We used to have so much fun.
Let's back up. They just gentrified it.
Really? What did it look like now? Some regular apartments.
It's gentrified. It's townhomes and houses. I think it's 1 or 2 sets of apartments over there. Everything else is just townhomes and houses.
Okay, so I was there. I was still living at home when they did Lamar Terrace. So I actually saw what they did to Lamar Terrace.
It still looks nice. They keeping
Mm.
it up.
Okay, y'all can finish listening. I'm here. I'm finna cook and listen to y'all. Trey, you eat chicken
The
gizzard?
mayor was even involved because she is the mayor. She has to issue the permit.
I do not.
Oh, okay.
I don't eat chicken feet, gizzards, ears,
Mm-mm,
none of this shit.
mm-mm. I ain't eating nothing.
Nope.
I'm not cooking them for me. I don't eat them.
That has to
Cooking them for
happen.
my friend. He eat them. I'm gonna put a video up. Y'all see.
Nope.
I'm gonna put a video up.
Nope.
Cause he been on my head about
The
not
fuck
being
is a
on your.
gizzard any damn way? What the
It's
fuck
part
is
of
a gizzard? That little thing that be on their neck?
no from the heart. It's something that helps the heart. I looked it up because I thought it was the chicken nuts. I ain't know if chicken had nuts, but it's somewhere by the heart. Cause you know how when you
Oh,
buy a whole chicken, the stuff on the inside, it be a gizzard in there, gizzard, a liver, and the neck.
no, I ain't buying no chicken with all the parts in it, and you gotta pull it
All
out.
chickens, all chickens come like that, boy. What are you talking about?
I buy chicken wings and leg quarters and thighs and legs and things and breasts. I don't buy a whole chicken unless it's rotisserie.
No, I buy a whole chicken. It's cheaper to cut it up. I cut it myself.
Nobody got time for all that shit.
It don't take time. It's not time consuming when you used to cooking.
I guess.
You're so crazy.
But we tried our best to stay out of this political
No,
fire.
I
But
completely understand. Let me, Trustee Belcher, is this something? Listening to this story from, like I said, a fellow business owner. She and her husband have put a ton of money. They're trying to invest in the village of Dolton. Is there any conversation at the trustee level of taking away some of these responsibilities from the executive so that if you do have a mayor in the future who is either inefficacious or just morally bankrupt, that you don't have to have one person who can control what's going on? Because in some villages, in some cities, there's a specific individual who handles issuing business licenses. It doesn't go to the mayor. Understandably, the village of Dolton is smaller, but are the trustees having conversations about how to rewrite the laws of the village so you don't have individuals who can take advantage of the citizens?
Hell, why ain't the clerk or the assessor or somebody need to be doing that shit?
Most of these ordinances are already in place. We just have a person that don't follow the laws. And I
wait. So you're saying that when Mayor Hinyard was withholding this business license from Tiffany and her husband, you're saying she was doing it in contravention of ordinances that are on the book?
Yes, that's why she lost the lawsuit, jackass.
Books?
Absolutely. I'm absolutely saying that. And most of the time, before Mayor Hinyard was the mayor, which she sat on the board for 8 years, she knew how bringing businesses in front of the board or even in front of the community, because it affects everyone. And there's a process. We have a village administrator. The mayor in Dolton is a part-time position. So the village administrator handles a lot of things where the applications are taken in normally about April. It goes.
Keith Freeman, but he was Tiffany's right-hand man, so they were working the scheme together.
Goes to the department where the business department, they look over and make sure everything is in order. And then it used to be a process where the mayor and the clerk was signing off on it. So it was two-part. Of course, when she came in, it's her way or the highway. And there are a lot of ordinances that are in place and she's just not following them.
So now that you have your business license signed off on, what's the ETA for you and your husband to have your opening?
So we're looking for the Super Bowl day, which is a soft opening. That's the goal at this point. hopefully,
Tiffany,
we can get.
congratulations to you and your
Thank
husband.
you.
I've been covering this story for a while, and I've been telling people just keep suing, keep turning her in, and she won't be able.
So I wonder how he felt about Draper interview with Tiffany. So he said, I've been covering this story and I've been telling motherfuckers keep suing and shit. I wonder how he felt about her interview with Draper the other day. I mean, he was like, I can't believe this shit.
Able to get away with this forever. I am
Maybe that's
so
why he
happy
brought
for
the
you and your
truth
husband.
in.
And look,
Thank you.
I guess I'm gonna have to come out. Look, I don't know if it's safe for me to come out to Dolton and visit your place. Tiffany have she'll have the police looking for me.
Damn.
Tiffany, I appreciate it. Is there do you want to hang out for a minute? Is there any other information you want to share with our listeners?
No, that pretty much sums it up. You know, the residents have been following it, so they know what's going on.
Tiffany, congratulations. What's the name of your steakhouse?
Thank you. St. Patrick's Restaurant.
St. Patrick's Restaurant, everybody in Dalton, Illinois. Thank you, Tiffany. I'm going to look, shout that out to everybody in Dalton. Make sure you go to St. Patrick's Restaurant and Steakhouse. We're going to continue this conversation. We still got Trustee Belcher on the line, and we're also waiting for one of the other trustees to call in. This is a really, really important story. I hate to see corruption, and I especially hate to see our people taking advantage of our people. We're going to take another quick break, everybody. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the David Seaton Show. And for those of you on Facebook in the room, share this with somebody in Dolton. They need to hear this. We'll be right back.
Rejects anti-stories and much more headed your win. Chicago
of the past 4.
We're 7th with Israel, or so many people.
Oh yeah, I can only skip it.
The facing policy.
He couldn't. He added Newsom.
In just a matter of hours, obtained. Los Angeles County safe. A red flag.
All right, the Pentagon is 100 servicemen.
So this is a real radio station. They got
the incoming
video
during her sermon
in our country
church, but she told Time
taken away.
Not very good at her job.
Sale now through February to impress.
50%. Dr. Pepper, Lil Jeans,
Nothing
big
held
checking
back.
ass nigga.
Everything is 50% off. Available.
Plumber looking ass nigga.
Roku.
Disc jockey looking ass nigga.
13. Storyteller. WVON.
Man, Overton off living single looking ass nigga.
Yeah.
Real flatulence. He wanted to say Dalton, but the village of Dalton. Now we have Stephanie Wiedeman. I believe she is on with us. Stephanie, are you there?
I am here.
Thank you for joining us. You just missed. We had Dr. Nikita on, and we had Tiffany, who is the proprietor of the St. Patrick's Restaurant and Steakhouse. That she just finally got her business license today. And Trustee Belcher was informing us that she was found in contempt of court today. And Eric Beecham just posted on the Facebook wall that Mayor Henyard casually strutted into court today, 30 minutes late. What's your feeling? Tell us what your.
She thinks she can't be touched. You better enjoy these last 30 days of power, because when you go back to being a normal citizen, all this shit cut out.
Feeling about her being held in criminal contempt of court today?
I think that we all make decisions, and whatever the repercussions for those decisions are, we have to deal with. Laws are set forth for a reason. And when you choose not to follow them, there's repercussions.
I was talking to Trustee Belcher earlier, and you're joining us, and she's, again, every time I read something about this mayor, and for those of you who are on Facebook, go to the David Seaton Show on YouTube. I've got a whole episode that I did on this mayor, and there's a lot of great content that you can check out, but you can definitely check out the one about Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Explain to me, because most people don't understand this. I remember talking about Mayor Henyard over a year ago. And people were very, very discouraged, and they were asking, how is this woman continuing to get away with this? You know, what do we do? And I encouraged people. I said, hey, keep calling the FBI, keep calling the Attorney General's office, Kwame Raoul, keep holding her feet to the fire,
She ain't
because
gonna
the
do
more
shit.
people
She ain't done
complain,
shit.
the more she's going to be investigated. But I explain to our listeners, especially the people of Dolton who are listening, is there no mechanism in place in the village of Dolton when you have an executive that is just running roughshod over every law and ordinance on the books? There's no mechanism that the trustees can invoke to rein her in, or rein the mayor in?
No.
Are you asking that of me or?
Yes, I'm
Trustee
asking.
Belcher?
Yeah, I want to ask you. Yes, I was asking you. I'm sorry.
Oh, you know, I do believe that there might be some things that the trustees could take hold of there. I'm not a trustee in the village. I am a newly elected trustee at the township.
Yes.
I'm
sorry. So you're with Thornton Township. I'm sorry.
Correct.
Okay.
Just the municipality rules and the township rules don't always look the same, so I can't
Correct.
fully answer that for you.
David used to.
Is there any mechanism at the township, at the municipal level, that if the supervisor of the trustees is abusing the public trust, there's nothing that the trustees of the municipality of Thornton can do to rein that executive in, or to rein the supervisor in?
I ain't gonna lie. I would pay to see Belcher versus Henry. I would pay to see that sanctioned boxing match. I would pay to see that. I would. I think most of YouTube would pay to see that.
Yeah, there are some options. There's always a vote of no confidence. There have been a couple things that have been kind of set on the table that the trustees would be able to utilize. But again, this is not something that any of us have really been through before. So trying to figure out what the right path is would be the next step.
No, and I'm glad you said that. And I'm glad, just so that our listeners understand, we have a trustee from Thornton Township, and then we have Kiana Belcher, who is an actual Village of Dolton trustee. I am completely sympathetic to the enormity of the task that both of you have had to try and navigate, and you, Stephanie, being a new trustee, because the acts of this mayor have been so brazen. You probably have never had to even think of or even conceptualize of what types of rules you would have to put in place, because you've never seen this before. Kiana, what are your thoughts?
You're 100% right. I've been involved in politics for 20 years in Thornton Township, and this definitely that is probably a once a lifetime historical event.
I hope so. But I don't know. I fear that there's going to be some unscrupulous person who is going to run for this office in the future. They're going to see what this mayor, Tiffany Henyard, has gotten away with, and they're just going to be more emboldened. On the video that I did about her, when they did the off the ballot, and she was even brazen then. She was being interviewed by the local media and saying, "No, I will be victorious." And she said, just like Trump got elected, I'm going to get reelected. I'm going to come in for the win. I can't believe that she is this brazen. But let me go back to you, Stephanie. As a new trustee for the municipality of Thornton, have you spoken to the other trustees? Is there an agenda to rein in Tiffany Henyard as supervisor? And did she get removed from that ballot as well? Can she even run again for supervisor of Thornton Township?
She cannot. She won't be on the ballot as a party. I think she has the opportunity to run as a write-in still.
Okay.
But I mean, we all know what a tough seat that is, especially with all the negative publicity.
She can't even do that.
She says she's super mayor. Her people are going to show up for her.
She could have proved that Tuesday when we had the annual town hall meeting for the residents to vote to fill the vacant seat that I just got elected to. But her people, it was a vote of the residents, and the people in the room for me outweighed the people in the room for her.
Now, her first tactic was to try and sue and say that what the Thornton Township did by having a caucus as opposed to a primary, she tried to sue and say that is illegal. I want to let both of you answer this question. Is Mayor Tiffany Henyard really that ignorant of the law? And I think I know the question or the answer, but I want to give both of you the opportunity to answer it. Stephanie, I want you to answer it first. Is in your dealings with Tiffany Henyard, is she just so wantonly and abjectly ignorant of the law, or do you think that she's getting bad counsel and perhaps that's the source of her hubris?
My personal opinion would be that she is not ignorant of the law. From where I sit, it would seem that she's comfortable moving the way she does because she doesn't take accountability for her actions. She blames other people. So I believe in her eyes, she's not going to have to take accountability for anything because she can point a finger all the time.
You really think she's that bold that she just thinks that there are not going to be any repercussions suffered for all of the malfeasance that she is guilty of, or that she allegedly is guilty of?
I believe so. I believe she blames each person around her. She's picked a person from her team. They're each going to take the hit for something, and I believe she thinks it's going to get her off.
Kiana, you've worked more. Stephanie is new. She just got elected. Congratulations, by the way, on your election.
Thank you.
Kiana, you've been working more intimately with Mayor Henyard and for a longer period of time. Is it that she's ignorant of the law, or has she just insulated herself and created this echo chamber where she thinks that she won't be held accountable?
No, I don't think she's ignorant of the law. I think that she has the type of mentality is she'll just push the buttons. I'm going to see how far I can get. And she has been doing that, and nobody holds her accountable for her actions, so she keeps pushing and pushing. And even as Stephanie states, she always has someone around her that'll take the fall, or someone around that she can point the finger at. She said it plenty of times, even in a meeting where when the trustees were trying to put her on the bank account. No, I don't want my name on the bank. I don't want it's let somebody else be the front of her malfeasance. But I believe she knows exactly what she's doing.
I just find it so difficult to believe, just because I mean some of the things that she's done have just been so abjectly important. Even doing the I saw her she did an interview with Roland Martin on YouTube, and he asked her about when she had the one trustee meeting and she was dressed up like Nino Brown, and her, just to hear her explain it and say, well, no, I wasn't dressed up like Nino Brown. I was dressed up like Martin because I'm trying to reach out to the kids. And when I hear her say that, I'm thinking, kids don't vote. What do you mean you're dressing up like Martin so you can reach out to the kids?
Same shit for the youth.
So yeah, maybe the kids like you, but all of the adults to vote for you, they don't like you. When we come back, we've got to take a quick break. I want to talk to both of you, since we know that she's not going to be on the ballot in Thornton, and I believe that the re-election for the mayor's position in the village is coming up this year in 2025. Is that right, Kiana?
Yes, February 25th, 2025.
Hold
Early voting starts February 10th.
Quick break. Hold that thought, ladies. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, everybody. You're listening to the David Seaton Show. We'll be right back.
More from David Seaton.
Thanks for asking.
I just heard of specialized discharges and mom can call.
Chicago department would like to talk to your local.
Bond TV honors the films. Available courtesy of Celebrate the Dream that continues to
for a limited time.
That's the one you just put in the chat earlier, LL Scratch. I'll take her. That's a hot one from Brian McKnight back in the day. Love it, love it, love it. Let me go back. We've got two people on the phone that are participating. We've got one trustee from the village of Thornton, I'm sorry, I'm getting a messed up now. From the Thornton municipality of Thornton, and then we have Kiana Belcher, who is a trustee from the village of Dolton. Trying to keep that straight. So just so both of you ladies know, there are a ton of people in the Facebook chat who love both of you. I've seen nothing but high fives and just glowing accolades for both of you. So again, congratulations. Both of you are obviously doing something right, and you have the support of your constituents. So again, congratulations to both of you for everything that you're doing.
Thank you. And we appreciate each and every one of them.
Yes, ma'am. So Kiana, let's get back to you. You just said the election for the mayor for the village of Dolton is going to be held on February the 25th. And you said early voting starts on February 10th.
That is correct.
So what do people have to do? Well, before we even go there, is there any polling out right now that we can kind of use as a harbinger of the outcome of this election? Do you think that Mayor Tiffany Henyard can get reelected in the village of Dolton?
Well, I'm going to say this because we make calls, we go door knocking, and we have overwhelmingly amount of support. But you can't take that for granted because there are people that you call and they love her, regardless if it's something they've gotten for free or sometimes it's just mentality of people that feel like I pay this or whatever she's doing, it hasn't been done in all this time, and they're not looking at the long term effects of the community. But we do have an overwhelming amount of support where people are saying this girl got to go. This girl has to go. It's too much. It's so much negativity. You hate to pull out your ID and it say Dolton because the first thing they say, you down there with that mayor? It's just embarrassing.
And you're really not overstating it at all. Tiffany Henyard has been covered nationally, and when I did my upload on YouTube, there were people who were commenting. I often get people who live in Europe, in different countries in Europe, and they are following. There are two mayors, if no one else, that they are following. They are following Brandon Johnson, and they are following Tiffany Henyard. And Tiffany Henyard, the level of infamy that she has globally, people even outside of the United States cannot fathom just the level of malfeasance that this mayor has been, of which she has been accused, and a lot of it is irrefutable. You know, Kiana, comment on how the police cars at one time for the village were about to get repossessed because she didn't pay the car bill, pay the auto note for the police cars for the village.
Yeah, she has been running this village like she probably runs her household. And it's not the same type of entity where it was like she had an open checkbook, and as much as we tried to stop, it was, people thought that we were just trying to attack her. And I'll say that, and I said it before, but when you started seeing, oh my God, $43,000 in one day at Amazon being spent, $1.3 million for a skating rink that's bringing in absolutely no income to a community.
Did she buy the skating rink? Did she buy it?
She used taxpayer money.
And she bought it for the village?
She had it built. She had it built on village property. And if you, in my eyesight, if you start building something on property and land that's not yours, it's called stealing to me.
Okay. I had heard the skating rink story before, but I didn't know it was built from. She took $1.3 million, went and hired some contractors and an architect and all that, and built it from the ground up. So now the village owns an asset, I guess, of $1.3 million of a skating rink.
Absolutely.
How does that happen? I mean, obviously, because I've seen this in the news as well. And I'd like to both of you to respond to this, because again, I want my listeners to understand the powers in the legislative and executive branches. When these bills come in, the village and or the township, you can just refuse to pay them if the executive did not go through the appropriate steps to get pre-approval for those expenses, correct?
That is the appropriate way to do it. So we started removing vendors. We started taking them off. Said, no, we're not paying that. It's not approved. So then she started using credit cards. She went to the bank and increased the credit limit on the credit card and started paying them through the credit card. Well, of course, by the time it comes to us for approval for the electronic warrant list, they've already received the money. It has been a fiasco.
She went to the bank. How did she get the credit limit on the credit cards raised I'm sure the bond rating for Dolton has gone down since she's been mayor. So what does she know? So she knows. Do you know what the bond rating is for Dolton is right now?
I do not know, but it's probably negative.
Stephanie,
we can't get a loan probably anywhere, or if it is, it would be such high rate.
Yes.
It's sad. I'm sorry, David, because sometimes people don't realize that although we'll laugh about it, it is very sad for our community.
No, it's very sad. It's incredibly sad that Dolton has approximately has a population of about 20,000 people. When I looked it up, the average per capita household income in Dolton is less than $50,000. You're talking about a working class community of people with 20,000. And again, she's taking you from, like I think you said it was a $3 million surplus to a $5 million deficit. So she spent $9 million, and it sounds like you just said 1.3 million of it is to build a skating rink, and she did it behind the backs of the trustees of the village.
That's absolutely correct.
Stephanie, are you a Village of Dolton resident, or are you just in the township, obviously? But
I'm in the township. I live in the village of Thornton.
Okay. So she's not on the ballot. Let me ask both of you this question, because we're coming up on another break, and I think this is really, really important. The salary that she's getting as the supervisor of Thornton Township is like $225,000 a year, I think. And then she gets another $50,000 a year as the mayor of the village. So, that's been discussed openly in the news, that she's, got a salary of $275,000. And if she doesn't win, if she's not reelected in the village, the township, because she's being removed from the ballot, I don't know that she can afford to remain the mayor of the village. I don't know how she's going to take a $225,000 hit in her salary. But I wanted to just say that, just so people understand that this woman is making a huge amount of money in both of these positions, and just again the alleged amount of money that she's taking while she's in these positions is, like I said, unfathomable. I want to hear when we come back who both of you believe is the best candidate for her positions. I'll let you speak about the person whom you believe is the best person to take over for the supervisor for Thornton Township, and then Kiana, I want to hear you comment on whom you think would be the best person to take her position as the mayor of the village of Dolton. Everybody, we're going to take another quick break and check in with the Velvet Voice. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It is on
Martinez.
That are just
for the conversation every Monday. I go live on iHeartRadio and WVON.
While supplies last.
Oh, good. 47th and the Skyway. Here right now, a 40.
Thanks to everyone in the Facebook feed. So many comments, so much feedback. And just like you just heard me say a minute ago, I've had people who have commented on Tiffany Henyard listening or watching the David Seaton show on YouTube. We've got Chris Ornsby. He just posted watching from over the pond in Liverpool, England. Excellent interview with trustees who are actually for the residents. I'm telling you. And this gentleman who's lived, and thank you for listening over there in Liverpool. If you're still listening right now, hey, when you get an opportunity, go to YouTube, look up the David Seaton Show. There's a ton of content there on Tiffany Henyard and a lot of other topics that you're following over there. So thanks for participating. But guess what? That gentleman, he's not tuned in because he's necessarily, checking for David Seaton. People are interested in this story about Tiffany Henyard all over the world. Ladies, I know I asked you a question before we went to break, but I do want to pick up at least a couple of these calls because some of them have been holding for a while. We've got Cat Daddy online too. Cat Daddy, thanks for the call.
You're welcome. First of all, the problem that Tiffany Henyard has, which is the same problem that Brandon Johnson has, is they don't want to accede to their legislature because in bodies like the legislature always has oversight over the executive.
Yes.
I think that she is somewhat familiar with the law. She just doesn't want to obey it.
I think that's fair.
Her frequently, has she gotten any kind of advice from the Illinois Municipal League, which would deal with Dolton, and any advice from the Thornton, the township officials of Illinois? She claims she's read through the materials, but that seems to be it. She thinks that the world is just one great big place for her to go out and mess up in, and she got put in her place when she didn't get slated in that caucus because they keep incorrectly saying that she got knocked off the ballot. She never got to the ballot because no one nominated her to go on the ballot.
Absolutely.
She also got put in her place with Miss Wiedeman when they elected her instead of one of her flying monkeys on the Township Town Board of Trustees, so she could go ahead and do to the township what she's been doing to the village of Dolton. I'm sorry, you were saying something?
No. I was saying, hey, those are great points, all, Cat Daddy. I appreciate the call. Let me hold on. Let me think about. Okay, thanks for the call, Cat Daddy. Let me pick up James real quick. James, thanks for calling the David Seaton Show.
And I'd like to say good evening to my hometown of Chicago. I'm calling from the Mid-South of Mississippi and Memphis. And those two ladies that you have on, I'm not trying to throw out any advertising, but I had them on my show. And there's some remarkable women. When I covered this story, it was interesting to see the people that were involved in the beginning. Trustee Belcher, Trustee House, Miss Wiedeman, Trustee Wiedeman, spearheaded a lot and had most of the receipts that a lot of people did not have. It wasn't sour grapes. It wasn't, I'm mad at you because you fired me. But I am doing what I do because I love this community and this township. And I take my hats off to her, and I know that she's going to do great in her position. My sister Kiana, a wonderful woman dedicated to her village, a warrior. She's not going to take any mess. And as you cover her, and I'm asking your station because I interned at that station back in 1981 under Mr. Purvis Spann. And I was an intern at WVON and 1390 at the time. And I knew the standards that were held there. And I just like to say to you, Dave, as my broadcast brother, that I salute WVON for what they're doing and allowing these ladies to come on, these honorable ladies to come on and probably give a little balance to what you had the other day.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that call. I appreciate that, brother. Like I said,
Dave, great show.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that greatly. Kiana, if you and I know it's probably inappropriate for me to ask you if you are endorsing someone as a sitting trustee, but is there a candidate who's running for mayor of Dolton with whom you would like or that you would prefer to work with and work in the future?
Absolutely. Jason House, the clean house slate. That is Jason House for mayor, Allison Key for clerk. Myself, I'm running for re-election. Ed Steve, and Brittany Norwood, who's running for re-election.
Okay.
So we have a ticket. We have started with what we have right now, changing, moving things in a different direction, and we need to make sure that under the leadership of Jason House, we'll be able to bring Dolton, revitalize Dolton, and change the narrative of what's happening right now.
Kiana, I've been seeing this hashtag in Facebook the entire time that we've been doing this interview, and it says hashtag Clean House 2024. I didn't make, right, I'm sorry, 2025. I didn't make the connection until you just said that. I just been thinking it was clean house, like get Tiffany out of there, clean house. I didn't, but again, you said that and it finally clicked. So, but and house is capitalized. So I should have caught that. So yeah, everybody, the hashtag Dolton Rising and hashtag Clean House 2025 has been trending the entire show on the Facebook feed. Stephanie, again, I know you're a recently elected trustee, so I don't want you to have any conflict of interest, but is there someone specifically with whom you would prefer to work in the position of the Thornton Township Supervisor?
Yeah, absolutely. The township race is going to look a little bit different than Dolton. It's not until April 1st. There is no primary. That's what the caucus was for. So there's a Democratic ticket running, a Republican ticket running, a new party has a ticket that's running, and then an independent. So in the supervisor race, there will be 4 people running. I am supporting Napoleon Harris. I think that, you know, he is got a good business mind. He has strong leadership skills. He's been involved in our communities pretty much his entire life. And I think he's aware of the task at hand to be able to not only fix the image, but the relationships with, you know, the vendors, with the residents. There's been a lot more damage done than just what you see on the surface. And it's going to take a very strong leader to figure out how to pick this up and move forward.
I'm so glad to hear both of you have identified someone at the very, very least. And I can, again, let me just say the amount that you ladies have been lauded by your constituents in this Facebook feed. Like I said, I can't even tell you the number of compliments that both of you have received. That said, I do want to bring up this one point and get both of your opinions on this. Before Tiffany Henyard ran for mayor, she ran a Good Burger. I believe it was at South Suburban College. And when she ran that Good Burger, she lost the business and wasn't paying the rent. And, you know, it was, I think if you go and you can go up and look up, I went to the Cyber Drive, Illinois, and I looked up the business. I don't even, it's not even in good standing the last time that I checked. But, and then subsequent to that, it was either right before or right after that, she got arrested in the city of Chicago. I believe it was at 118th in Michigan. I believe that's where it was. Again, any of you who are listening to me, you can look up both of these facts. This is information that's documented. You can look up Tiffany Henyard and Good Burger. You can look up Tiffany Henyard and her arrest record, and you'll see her with that yellow tank top or yellow yellow tank top, and she's got her hair looking crazy, breaking in the car.
Yeah, he's nothing
what's
like
my point?
Cleopatra.
My point is that this is what this woman was doing before she ran for mayor, and just a scintilla of due diligence by someone. If you looked this woman up, you would have seen this information, like I said, out there, because before she ran for mayor, that was the only really public information that was out there about her. Question, I'll start with you, Stephanie. Given that that's the case, given that this is who this woman was before she became mayor, what does that tell voters that how important it is to just do the most cursory research on someone before you vote for them? Tiffany Henyard's ascension just happened to coincide with the Me Too movement. So she ran on this, I'm going to be the youngest Black female mayor of the city of Dolton. And so everybody's been taken on a ride for the last 4 years, because ultimately I think everyone can conclude now she doesn't know what she's doing. But what advice would you give to the listeners out there, using Tiffany Henyard as the template to say, hey, you need to at least just do a Google search on someone before you vote for them and put them in charge of your village and or your municipality.
I would say that's great advice. A lot of times when residents are politically involved, I feel like their involvement goes into, attending board meetings, showing up at events, surface level, kind of meeting these elected officials. Previously, before Tiffany was mayor, had you watched these board meetings, you could definitely see that she was feisty. You could see that she had, a lot of questions. She pushed a lot, but it always seemed to be pro-residents because she was very against the mayor that was in place. She didn't like anything he was doing. She didn't like the way he treated the residents, the way he didn't include the board, and now we fast forward to a position where she's almost mimicking what she said she hated before. So sometimes it can be just like a delusion when you look at a person sitting up there. So she seemed to fight for what was right. But you're right. A simple Google search could have showed people that there were tendencies that you might not see looking from the view of her sitting up there as a board member.
And I appreciate you positing it the way that you did, that she came across as this anti-establishment, fight for the people type of politician. But I can say unabashedly, she is the most disfluent, thick-tongued, poorly spoken, and I'll just say it, ghetto politician that I ever remember seeing. And the fact that she positions herself or has presented herself as the super mayor and the people's champion does not in any way negate everything that I just said about her and everything that I've observed about her since she's raised to national prominence. I can't think, I can barely listen to her speak. It's like nails on a chalkboard. I can't imagine. I feel so sorry for you, Kiana. All of the meetings, all of those trustee meetings where you have had to sit, 3 or 4 seats away from this woman and listen to her drone on in that, like I said, unintelligible, thick-tongued, just fluent manner in which she speaks. And I was looking at the board because I didn't want you to start speaking, Kiana, and then we have to go to a break. What your thoughts on what Stephanie just answered about what responsibility do residents have? Because I guarantee you there are going to be some people who are going to still vote for this woman. They're going to say, oh, she's just been railroaded, or, oh, she cut my tree down. So, I love me some Tiffany. As a matter of fact, we're going to take this last break. And then, Kiana, I want you to answer that on the other side. Because this is about Tiffany Henyard, but this is instructive about politics in general. You should know something about the people for whom you vote. We're going to take our last break and come back with David Seaton.
Which connects you. You can also get speeds and big savings. Equipment taxes and fees extra. $40. Reduce speeds up to.
Looking to stay healthy? And we've got water with any purchase, or call us at 773-762.
Don't have to wait. Deltec.
Trustee and Trustee Kiana Kiana, we left off with you, but before you answer that question, Nancy Harry just posted in the Facebook chat that Tiffany Henyard is also the liquor commissioner. Is that true?
That is true. That's part of the job as the president and mayor of our village. She's the liquor commissioner. That's true.
Okay. So this woman was the supervisor of Thornton Township. She was the mayor of the village of Dolton. She's the liquor commissioner. She has signing authority for business licenses, and she's been holding up people's business licenses. She was writing checks, and when the village, when the trustee said, we're not going to allow you to write any more checks and we're not going to approve any more invoices, Then she took the credit card from the village, went down to the bank, got the credit limit raised on the credit card, and went out there and just spent the money anyway. And there's actually someone in the chat who put that obviously she's not going to be reelected as the Thornton Township supervisor because she's not on the ballot. But he went on to say that she's going to get reelected as the mayor of Dolton. If she gets reelected as the mayor of Dolton, shame on the residents of Dolton. Trustee Kiana, please speak as we close this segment to just the minimum due diligence that voters need to do before you elect someone to represent you.
Well, and I'm going to say this, David. I've always been transparent, and I'm going to say people know that in 2021, when she became the mayor, I ran on her ticket. It was myself, it was Jason House, Allison Key, Kevin Bowen, who didn't make the election. But we felt that all of us had a collaborative knowledge to help her. So yes, she wasn't the best candidate, but it was the best of two or the best of three that we had. So we had to kind of pick and choose what we could work with. And we thought, and I'll just say, I'm very transparent to say, we thought that with our knowledge, we would be able to help her get through some of the hurdles that was had. She wasn't convicted. You know, people do have things that's going on in life. So, but due diligence of even when she was talking as a trustee, she was a trustee for 8 years. You would think that she perceived it as she was working in the benefit of the community. And maybe the issue probably was she was doing what she did as the mayor. She was just doing what she wanted to do and wasn't following, and that may have caused the friction. So it definitely is, you have to come to board meetings. You have to follow. You have to ask questions. Asking questions is a lot that goes into finding out who a person really is. Because when we started running, and I had to be with her every day in the midst of the campaign, I was like, oh boy, I think we done got ourselves in a big problem. But it was too late.
Yeah.
So it's all about, you know, learning people, asking questions, and you're gonna have to ask those tough questions because you want to know the person that you're putting in this position, especially as the president and the executive of the community. They have to be able to be responsible and be able to work on behalf of the community and not themselves.
Trustee Kiana Belcher and Trustee Stephanie Wiedeman, thank both of you for coming on today. I do not envy either of you and the enormity of what it is that you're trying to navigate right now. But again, let me just say the final thing to everyone who's out there who's listening: politics is local. We spend so much time talking about Donald Trump and what we think he's going to do and this and this and that. But I guarantee you, the residents of Dolton have been far more impacted negatively by Mayor Tiffany Henyard than any president. Please believe me. And that goes for the residents of the village of Thornton as well. Ladies, I see Dr. Nikita is back on the line, so I'm going to let both of you go. I'm going to reach out to both of you also before when early voting starts around February 10th. And because I want to do everything I can to use my platform to prevent Mayor Tiffany Henyard from getting voted back in as mayor. And I want to do everything I can to help both of you and continue, you know, help bolster your success as well. So thank you both for coming on today. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you both.
You.
We will talk again soon.
Okay.
All right. Have a great day.
You
All right,
too.
bye-bye.
All right. We've got, let me pick up Nikita. Dr. Nikita, are you there?
I am here. Wow, that was an amazing conversation.
Oh, I thought you were calling back with some more tea or so, you know, some more breaking news.
No, you know, every time we talk, you know, I got the tea, but now
I know that's your word. That's what, like, I don't want nobody to think I'm stealing somebody else's phrase, but I know that's your go-to. So no, I appreciate you again. I appreciate you coming on. I really appreciate you bringing on Tiffany and hearing the story of she and her husband, of her and her husband opening up that St. Patrick's. Somebody put earlier in the chat that they were going to fly back into Dolton to go to that restaurant. So
And listen, you will not be disappointed. I had an opportunity to taste some of the food.
Okay.
And it was a sneak preview because they're not open yet. But when I tell you their food is good, their food is good, the seasoned, yes.
Let's do this, Dr. Nikita. I just told both of the trustees early voting starts on February 10th for the Village of Dolton, and then they're going to be voting for the village supervisor. That's going to be in April. Let's make sure we get back together, and I want to do everything that I can to make sure Tiffany Henry does not get reelected in village. And I think you agree with that.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Let's get it done.
I will be in touch.
All right. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Have a great one, guys.
Thank you. Have a great night. I'm just going to pick up one of these calls because we're down to our last. You know what? We're down to our last 90 seconds. So do me a favor.
She done. That's all I got. I'm still debating on what I'm going to shut up. I be forgetting you got to cut it off. He's still in my ear talking. I think I'll probably do ASAP Rocky's trial because it's 5 hours and I'll be caught up when they start Monday to be actually streaming it live as it's happening. So yeah, I don't know yet. I still have Saturday and Sunday. I don't know, but I'll be back sometime today. Till the next episode, we out.
Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us a misfit. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the thick bitch. Oh shit, didn't nobody come to see you old, it's some focus. Shoot 100 shots, no reloaded. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coded. Memphis niggas spit this pimpin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, with my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Say hi, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Hop it, cook it, whip it, ship it till you count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving back niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hating but they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we don't eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it bunny, don't speak. Pour up, I need some more. A nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach. I'm true geek, walking by myself but left with 2 freaks. Ooh, we nothing in they mouth and on they booty. Austin Power swag, yeah, baby, this is groovy. You can call me Money Boy or you can call me Nudie. Hood niggas, churches, chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down, 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches just some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Ron Island cause I like my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Call me Ron Island cause I love my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. I never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit.